Welcome back to Talkin' Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And tonight we're discussing Season 3, Episode 10, The Giving Tree. Original air date December 10th, 2008. Written by Elizabeth Heldens and directed by David Boyd. So this is going to be a really fun episode. I'm glad we're back. We had a week off. After the break, Matt from the Lonely Boys podcast will be joining us for questions and comments and segments. So I'm excited that he's finally here since I harassed him when we were on his podcast.
You're like, you like Friday Night Lights? You need to come on. If you've seen the show, you need to come on. He's like, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
How many times are you going to harass me about that?
Yeah.
But Will, he sent us his comments, but I wanted to say this at the top of the show. He says, I love this episode. We had teenage sex, bar fights, Eric Taylor going ballistic twice, a sappy mother-daughter talk, a Crucifixorious concert, a silver Prius, and a Panthers victory all in one episode.
It was perfection.
Right? It was so good.
It was really good. I really, really enjoyed every moment of this episode. It felt really good to see character friendships that you don't normally see, like Lila and Julie. Just, it felt good. It just felt really homey and cozy.
Yeah. So summary for this episode, Buddy loses his cool over a deal gone sour and wrecked the local strip joint, which causes Lila to lose her cool and walk out on him. We'll get to that, but I want to start with Tyra and Landry. So Tyra is upset. She's back at school. She missed a lot, and she's falling behind on SAT prep. So Julie suggests, hey, why don't you ask Landry for help since he has nothing else going on?
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that either. And also, if Julie is in tune to the fact that Tyra uses Landry and she makes a point to say that to her friend, wouldn't she be like, maybe reach out to Landry? But not the way, the wording of it was not cute. It was not a nice thing to say about your friend.
Not cute. You're right. It was not cute. And so Tyra's like, you're right. So she goes and stops over at Landry's during Crucifixorious practice, interrupts, and sees if he can coach her for SAT prep. This is really funny because all the band members are judging because it's clear here that you're a doormat, Landry, and everyone sees it.
Even Devin's like, oh, come on. And they're eyeing each other, her and the other guy. Like, of course, it's Tyra. Like, and did you think that was selfish of her to go there while he was practicing?
I think she's so used to this type of relationship that they've set up that it didn't even occur to her, but it is not right for her to interrupt band practice.
Yeah, I agree. She could have like read the situation and been like, oh, you guys are practicing. Okay, I'll come back later. Or, hey, can you call me later? You know, when you hear like you hear the music from the street, you assume, oh, okay, they're practicing. Maybe I'll just touch base with you later. But that's not how the relationship normally goes. That's not the flow of it. So she just was doing what she's normally used to doing. It's not working anymore.
Right. She's just being Tyra. And so Landry agrees he'll help her study. And we have a few study sessions, one in particular where he's over and Angela tells him how much she misses him and says, hey, do you think you can help us out? And kind of just throws him back into this like, you are our person we go to when we need help. And not only for Tyra, but for the family too. Because here's Angela asking for help.
You know what I was thinking in that scene?
Yeah.
Billy has tools. I'm sure he can come over and help. He's a part of the family now. So
exactly. Right?
Yeah. I thought that was rude. Immediate. And I get it. Like she's really comfortable around him, but like so inappropriate of you being in a towel in front of your daughter's 17-year-old friend. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, what if she fell and,
a nip slip situation?
Hello. Exactly.
Yeah. I know.
Not good.
Well, but clearly the Colettes don't care. I mean, especially with Landry, because even though Tyra and Landry were involved, he's like a family member. He's a brother. Angela's like, he's a son. It's like really, there's some gray areas. But during their last study session, Landry tells Tyra, like, I have to go and because I have practice and Tyra's not taking it seriously. And so he flips out on her and he goes, you don't respect my time. And he gives the speech about the book, The Giving Tree, and how she just takes, and gives nothing back.
Yeah.
Especially, and he also says, you know how I feel about you, which makes it worse.
And she doesn't deny it, and then it pisses her off that he refers to her as selfish. And then later on, I know we'll get to it, but like the way she made it up to him in a way, she was even still mad about it. I'm like, well you got to hear him out. Like he's giving you all these examples of why you're selfish in this relationship. And she doesn't want to believe it because it hurts. And I get that. And she's not a naturally selfish person, but in this specific relationship, she is.
Well, nobody wants to be called selfish.
Of course not. But if you're, what do they say?
I don't know. What do they say?
It's like if you call it, I don't know. Yes.
Like calling the kettle black?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Tomato. Sure. But how did you like the way Tyra apologized? She gets him this, she gets him a gig. Yes, thank you. Gets him a gig for him and his band to perform, and they have a good turnout. And Julie's like, "Hey, Tyra, he looks pretty cute up there." And then
he does.
Right. And then when she tells him before this that he got the gig, like, don't say I never gave you anything.
Nelly, first of all. But second of all,
first off, let's
like that was the scene I was talking about. She's like, here, me, Mrs. Selfish, I'm getting you this gig. And she could have been like, I heard what you were saying and it hurt me that you called me selfish, which she does kind of say to him, like, you really hurt my feelings. But here I'm trying to make it, try and make it up to you somehow. I don't know.
I know, it didn't really sit right with me.
No, it felt like she was putting a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Temporarily, and I don't know if she's going to have a change of heart because that last scene with her staring at Landry, I'm like, I'm sorry. No. There's no way. There's no way that I'm sorry. I think she's just like what's the word? Having a rebound. Like, oh,
again,
my heart's broken from Cash. Landry looks actually really cute and he cares about me, and he told me he cares about me, so maybe I should try it again.
Which, by the way, Cash is credited in an episode, but I don't actually think he appears.
Okay, so that was the last of him, we think? I hope so.
According to second research that I did, I think that's it. And it should be. It
shouldn't be that hard.
You would think. But then he's credited. So in this one episode, I'm like, well, all right. So we will see. But I'm pretty sure he's done.
Okay, good. Because that was not my fave.
I mean, listen, listeners, you can weigh in. Send a nasty message and be like, yo, Michelle, do your homework better. Aww. I'm inviting you. Get in the DMs. Anyone.
I think they probably couldn't find out either,
It's true. Yeah, unless you like binge the rest of this season and you're like, oh yeah, no, we don't see him.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to milk drinking JD McCoy. So there is a house party going on and Madison is hosting. She flirts with JD and he's hesitant. She wants to give him a Cosmo and he's like, no, I'll drink milk. It's really weird.
He didn't say milk though.
She said, I'll give you milk.
She like put this on him. Like, you're the milk guy now. I'm like, this is the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
But don't you think it's like because you're innocent? Like,
right, like you're a little kid,
have a glass of
milk.
Yeah.
But then she liked him afterwards. To me, she was like, oh, here's your glass of milk, you little child. But then she still likes him.
It's weird. It's really weird.
Maybe she likes to parent. That's her like MO in a relationship.
I mean, maybe. We could dive deep in there. But Madison stops by the McCoys to see JD, and Joe clocks this. He's not happy about it. Later on, we see Joe and JD talking over basketball about how, listen, football is your main focus. you can't be focusing on girls, aka Madison. And JD's like, well, she's not going to wait around forever. And he's like, yeah, she will. Your main focus is in football.
How did you feel about them playing basketball? I'm like, it's kind of random that you play basketball, yet you tell your kid all you should be focusing on is like football and studying and like, you know, keeping your one track mind. I was like, oh, random that you're playing basketball with him though. Like, that's not football.
Yeah, I know. I think it was kind of more of just like a bonding moment. Like, hey, let's hang out and let's shoot some hoops because it's in the driveway. I mean, isn't that what people do? I don't do that. I've never had a basketball hoop.
Yeah,
so like Liz and I, we grew up with a clubhouse. We'd have to travel to play hoops.
Yeah. And I think we only played when we had that volleyball court for like, I don't know, we had that for like 5 years, 10 years. Did we have that volleyball court? We had it for a while.
Did we? Where was that?
It was like on the other side of the backside of the clubhouse, like where the actual condos were. It's a parking lot now. Like there's nothing there. But we also had tennis in there too.
We still have tennis.
We still have tennis.
Our parents still have tennis.
And bocce ball. And the indoor bowling alley.
Which I've never done.
Really? Sam and I did it like a few times. Like a handful of times. Weird that we'd had that growing up.
I know. And full
condo
access
kids.
to it. Condo kids. We don't know how to park our car because we don't know driveways.
We never had to shovel.
We never had to shovel. It was weird putting our garbage out twice a week to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Condo kids don't do that.
Condo kids don't do that.
Hashtag condo kid. Anyway, so before the game, Tim notices that JD is kind of telling Madison like, hey, we can't hang out. This can't be a thing. And so the team notices and he gets on the bus and Tim's like, what are you doing? Why are you putting this girl off? You know what's the best thing to do before a game is to get laid. And also, how are you supposed to gain respect from the team?
Okay. Fair enough, Tim.
Yeah, I see where he's coming from, but also that's
Tim.
It's
that's
Tim.
his mentality.
It's Tim.
Is like he's like it works like a charm. You get laid, you have the team like pump you up, and you do really well at the game. Like it all works out every time. Like this is my foolproof plan.
Yeah, it's true. So later that evening, we have pillow talk between Katie and Joe, and Katie really wants her son to date. Like, leave him alone. It's innocent. And Joe's like, no, we had a talk. He said he's not going to hang out with her anymore. And he gets up and he looks out the window and he sees JD sneaking out and going to hang out with Madison. And Katie smiles.
Yeah, I really liked it. I'm afraid for next week, like what the repercussions are of that. I liked how we ended that scene of like Katie laughing it off and Joe just being like, oh, he thinks he's going to get away with this. I wish he just would get away with it. Just one time, just let him get away with it. But we know that that's not going to happen. Doesn't Jeremy Sumpter remind you of Tim? It's just like
Tim who?
Barnett. It's like his voice, like this was Tim when Tim was 16. Like if he had dark hair, that would have been Tim. I don't know. It's just like his tone of voice and the way he's got like a higher pitched voice. I can't explain it. Every time I see him on the screen, I'm like, Tim? I imagine this is what Tim was like at 16.
I don't think so.
Actually, I don't think he's 16, right? He's like 15 because he's a freshman. But ages don't matter. Anyway.
You know, funny story about Tim, our good friend Tim. He hangs out with the boys on Thursday. And so he randomly bought that thing that you hit your knees to test reflexes with. What is that called? Do you know what that's called?
Yeah, it's like, I guess it has a proper name, but yes, I know exactly, the reflexology thing.
Right. So he was like playing with it on Thursday and I'm like, what is this? And he's like, yeah, I bought it to see if it would work. And I was like, I've actually never had that done to me at the doctor's. Like, I've never had that done.
Never
and they
in
were
your
like,
whole life?
Never in my whole life. And they're like, what, are you crazy? Like, all the guys are like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Sit down.
My pediatrician always did that.
I never had that done. And so they're like, sit, we'll do it to you. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm afraid. And so they're like, just do it. So they do it lightly and like a tiny jerk, but I was expecting like a full on kick. And so I'm
like a little bit.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's it. And they're like, that's it. And so now we have it. Tim like left it at our house and it's on our shelf for decoration.
I just don't get why he bought that to see if it would work. Like, it's the same tool that doctors use. So why wouldn't it work?
I don't know. Just to be weird and funny.
Yes, that is weird.
It would be weird. All right. Let's move on to Buddy and Lila. Okay. So Buddy's at the landing strip. He's with a business associate. And he learns that one of his investments went bad. Turns out he lost $70,000.
Bad is an understatement.
Yeah, which leads to him to get into a fist fight, get arrested, and cause like $30,000 worth of damage to the landing strip, which I'm like, really? $30,000? What did you destroy?
That's not adding up.
Yeah. So he tells Coach all of this. And so then Tammy, she heads to Lila's to tell her about her dad. And she offers, why don't you come stay with us if you need it? And so Lila sleeps over. And her and Julie have this sweet bonding moment because Julie expresses, kind of fills her in on what happened with her and Matt earlier in the day. But like, why wouldn't Lila just go to Tim's?
Yeah.
Did you think this was weird? Like, I get it. It's to set up Julie and Lila, but it felt weird.
Yeah, I assumed that that's where she would go, and that's where she does go later on in the show, in the episode.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, well, I'm happy for this, and I wanted her the second time to go there again, but she does go to Tim's. So
yeah, and I listened.
Cute.
It was cute, and I listened to Clear Eyes, Full Hearts because I was like, I wonder what they would say, and they said the same thing. Like they felt it was weird that she went to the Taylors, even though they liked her and Julie having the moment. So
yeah,
whatever. Anyway, so Buddy is charged with drunken disorderly, assault, and battery. Like I said, $30,000 worth of damage at the landing strip, and he pleads not guilty. So he then tells Lila what happened, how the money was stolen, and it was how he feels the money was stolen, that the investment went sour, and that they're in deep shit, essentially. And so Lila's like, I'll get a job, even with college coming up. And he's like, ooh, about that, your college fund is no longer.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Isn't this so bad?
Fucked up. What's wrong with you, buddy?
Buddy.
What's wrong with you, buddy?
She storms out. She goes to Tim's, and Buddy shows up. He attempts to get to Lila. He's banging on the door. Lila, I need to speak to you. Come home. I need to speak to you. She goes out, and she gives him a piece of her mind. How good was this scene?
Loved it. Perfect.
So good. So good. She goes back, and she's like, I'm not going home with you. You screwed up. All the things. And then Tim comes out and handles it like a champ. So calm. Just be like, I think you need to go.
It was so beautifully done.
Right?
I was like, damn you, Tim. Always.
Riggins.
But
small little part.
He calls his daughter selfish.
Selfish.
And she's like, where the fuck did you get that from? Because I haven't been selfish this entire time. I'm the only one that wants to have a relationship with you and wants to be near you and live with you. And this is how you treat me. I'm selfish because you sent away my entire college tuition?
I know.
Like, no.
Like, what is she supposed to do now? Vanderbilt. What's going to happen with that?
Right. Well, she's going to have to apply for a shit ton of scholarships. And I don't know. That's really all you can do. Just take out a bunch of damn loans and live like the rest of us in the world.
I know, right?
You know?
It's so sad. And then Buddy leaves her this voicemail. And you're just like, Lila's hurting. But also, Buddy, give it some space, man.
Yeah, just give her like some time to really decompress.
Yeah.
And come to her senses, which will be correct because her senses have been correct this entire time about him. But he really needs to just stew in his misery. He needs to remember why this all happened was because of him. And as Lila said, you cheated on Mom. You broke up our family. Now you're the one who's really destroying our family again. And you take some responsibility for it. Like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, Buddy's pretty frustrating this episode and next week's episode.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah. So our mules is what we're calling them.
Mules. Okay.
They're exchanging I love yous and in bed. They're in Matt's bed. And they're doing let's just play another song. We'll put off getting up. Coach comes to pick Julie up. It was supposed to be Tammy. Liz is fainting on the screen.
Dead.
Coach is supposed to come pick Julie up. He knocks on the Saracen's door. No one answers. So he walks in. He walks in and then walks into Matt's bedroom. And then walks right out, obviously, and gets in the car because of what he saw. But can we take a second? He just walks in.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised at that. I mean, I guess he truly felt like they were not sexually active. He was like, I'm just going to go in there because what do I have to lose? I have to find Julie. I was mortified for them. Have you had this happen to you?
Have I had this happen to me?
Or close. I've had this have close enough where it's been awkward.
I think I'll have to ask Aunt this. I think when Sam was with John and the four of us were in North Carolina, and you remember my aunt's old house, and the bonus room had that glass door. I think John might have saw some things when he walked by that, because that's where Aunt and I slept. So might have saw some things.
Yeah.
Maybe Aunt's butt cheek or something at a point. But definitely a little, sometimes too close to comfort, living at home. And
yeah. I mean, I feel like as I got older, my family was like, I'll give you a heads up if I'm coming home or if we're, kind of thing. But at that age, oh my God, I would have literally died.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. And so Coach can't sleep over this, tells Tammy what happens. Tammy tries to bring it up with Julie, and Julie's like, all right, just give me my punishment. And Tammy's like, no, your punishment is you have to talk to me about this.
I liked that.
Me too, because you shouldn't be punished for having sex.
Don't punish her. Let's have it has happened. You're not preventing anything else from happening. It's happened. And so she's just like, you need to talk to me about it. I just want to make sure that everything is safe and going the way it should be, that you respect each other. That's what she's focusing on. And so when they had that conversation, I mean, I cried. It was beautiful.
Me too. I know. And so they have this talk, and Tammy asks, do you love each other? What are you using for protection? And then Tammy just cries, and she says, I really wanted you to wait. And Julie's like, I didn't want to disappoint you. And they hug, and it's just very sweet. And I feel like this conversation was handled very well.
I absolutely agree. Out of all the shows so far that we've watched, as we said, this one's the most realistic anyway. Yeah. But that to me was parenting 101, the exact way you should react when your child tells you something, or that you find out something about your child that you didn't think was happening, and now it's happening, and you have to just deal with it. What was she going to do? Just say you're not allowed to leave, you're not allowed to go to Matt's anymore and not have sex again? That would just make them want to do it more. So the fact that she's having a conversation with her and just being like, let me just understand where your head's at, just to make sure that this is all okay, and you're not just rushing and doing this for, some sort of reason like she was going to in season 1.
I know.
And Tammy was like, please tell me you're not going to do it. Yeah. And she did wait a little bit. She waited. I mean, hey, she's, as we now know, a senior in high school. So I guess.
I don't think she's a senior.
Oh, so she's not. She's not a senior.
I don't know. I feel like she's only a junior.
All right. Either way, she waited a little bit longer.
Someone will tell me.
Someone will figure it out.
I feel like I always try to get the ages straight, and I don't.
I know it doesn't matter. I know
it does, though. It kind of does.
Well, for me to figure out things, but I know in like the grand scheme of it all and storyline purposes are going to do whatever they need to do anyway. So it shouldn't matter. But yes, I loved that entire scene. It was probably one of my favorite scenes. I really enjoyed Julie in this episode, shockingly, and Lila. My two like wishy-washies were really good. So I was very happy overall.
I'm happy to hear that. Matt goes over to pick Julie up to go to the movies, and Tammy's like, hey, why don't you go see Coach? He's out back.
No.
And so he goes out there, and I felt so cringy for Matt because Coach is like working hard cleaning that grill, which is like such a dad thing, right? Like it's so relatable. And Coach doesn't say much and just says, that's my daughter and women are to be respected.
And Matt's like, totally agree.
I get it.
On the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like another thing, like what's Coach going to say at this point? Like it's already happened. So he just has to just make sure while it continues to happen that everything's copacetic, because if it's not, he's going to say something about it. But like out of all kids, you want Matt to be the one, right? You know?
Oh my gosh. Like
I thought he might have said that to him, or I thought maybe Tammy was going to say that to him. Like, you know, out of all the kids, I'm really happy that actually it's you. Like you are like such a good kid, respectful, and, you know, morally sound. Just like he's just a good guy. The best.
I know. I agree. I kept thinking that too. Like, if you want anyone to date your daughter, it's Matt Saracen.
It would be Matt. Exactly.
Yeah. If it's Tim, now we're worried. But even Tim's great in his own way. Just different.
Yeah.
Just different.
But you need someone to be able to handle Tim, which is Lila. Like Lila, she handles him just fine.
She really does. They've really grown on me as a couple.
Same. Me too.
I like them as a couple. I think they work well.
Did you, first time around, did you like it?
I really don't remember because I just had such the hots for Tim Riggins.
Guess you're at my level now?
Yeah, like anybody he was with, I didn't care. Like there's like none of these couples in this show where I'm like, oh, I hate them or I dislike them, or I just love all these characters. And so when some pair off and some don't and we see how they interact with each other, I like it all. Yeah. Minus Cash, obviously. And Tyra,
well, yeah, he sucks.
He sucks. Yeah. Last but not least, we have this game. Things aren't looking great for the Panthers. They lost the appeal for a different ref for Friday's game. This game is really rough. The ref is really awful. Coach ends up flipping out and walks out of the game. Walks out and then goes into a local bar.
But didn't they suspend him?
Well, he walked out. I mean, he left the game.
Oh, I thought they had like, they threw the flag and it was like to symbolize that Coach is not allowed on the field anymore. But I guess I completely misread that.
Or you read it correctly. I read it as like he's upset with this ref. The ref
doesn't,
sucks.
He sucks.
And that caused Coach to walk out. But like, honestly, I don't really get football, as we know. So maybe you're right. Either way, Coach is out of the game.
Yeah.
Goes to the local bar to finish watching the game. He calls Wade to kind of try to give him plays through the phone, but no one can hear him. And so the Panthers do end up winning, but it looks like Wade is getting the credit.
Yeah, but also he should get the credit. He was there. He made up the plays. It wasn't like Coach couldn't connect to him, so they already knew what play was going to happen. So Wade just kind of took over and just established what was going to happen. So I don't know. It didn't offend me. And I feel like Coach should just be proud that his team won, and just like next week he'll just get it back together.
Yeah. You're right, because we're getting the chat because we are live tonight. Vic and Mike are both saying they kicked him out of the game. That's what the flag was. They ejected him from the game. So,
yeah. Like he was suspended. He couldn't stay. Either way, you know, he had to be able to walk away from it, and Wade had to take over. So
yeah. That's why
I don't mind Wade. Are we supposed to not like him? Okay. I know he's associated with Joe, and nobody wants anyone to be associated with Joe, so I guess I could assume that maybe he's a little crooked.
I think next week you'll start to understand why we hate Joe so much.
Yeah. Yeah, because like this week, while I'm bothered by him, and I think the way he parents is really harsh, I don't like hate him. I just think like, oh, he's just a shitty parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, great. Something to look forward to.
Yay. But we're going to take a short break. And then when we come back, we're going to have Matt from the Lonely Boys podcast join us.
Yay.
We hope you're enjoying this week's episode of Talkin' Texas Forever and appreciate you for listening every week. All of our shows are funded by our buddies who pledge to our Patreon, and it means the world to us. We have tiers starting at $1 and offer some pretty cool perks like guest hosting on the podcast, listening to episodes a day early, invitation to the best group chat ever via Discord, and access to our exclusive Patreon-only podcast that discusses the reboot of Gossip Girl. To learn more about our network and everything we offer, check out patreon.com/Total Betty Podcast Network. Welcome back from break. We are joined by Matt from the Lonely Boys, a rewatch Gossip Girl podcast where he is the veteran and his co-host Brandon is the newbie. Welcome. We're so happy to have you.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know where we got that idea to do a Gossip Girl podcast where one person knew the show and one person didn't. It's crazy.
Yeah, but how cool is there's two guys doing a rewatch podcast from Long Island on Gossip Girl.
Yeah, we really are. Yeah. The mirror image, the other side of the equation here.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. But when we were able to go on your podcast, we had so much fun. But I feel like I harassed you to come on Talkin' Texas. And then afterwards, I sent a message to Liz. I'm like, I think I bugged him way too much. Like, I asked way too much. I just got excited.
You asked just the right amount. Because if you only asked once, I would have been like, okay, she was just being nice. She doesn't really want me to come on. But the fact that you asked 3 times, I was like, okay, she means it.
Get on.
And now I don't feel bad asking you guys to come back on the Lonely Boys podcast.
Anytime. We would love to. So
perfect.
Let's talk some FNL. Please tell us, when did you first watch Friday Night Lights?
Okay, so I believe it was like the fall into winter of 2020. Just want to, that first pandemic year where you're binging a lot of shows. And I watch a lot of shows with my mom, who is a fan of your podcast. And her favorite show happens to be Friday Night Lights. So she was trying to get me into it for a long time. And she was finally able to. And so it took, a few months, but I watched all of it and I was into it immediately. It's fantastic. I'm rewatching it now along with the podcast and I'm enjoying it even more.
Aw, thank you. So you've seen it once through?
Once through, yeah. This is my second.
Once through. And how do you think it rates? It ranks of the teen dramas that you've seen?
It's almost, you have to like rank it in a different category because it's so different from like your Gossip Girls or your One Tree Hills, which I'm currently watching for the first time, or stuff of that nature where like this is easily like the most realistic show of that genre. Like you feel like even with just like the camera work, it kind of feels like a documentary. The conversations feel real. It doesn't sound like just kind of like lines that people are going to be quoting on Twitter. Like it's real conversations, real characters. And because of that, like it's easy to say like it's the best of it because you could really like kind of relate to these characters, where in Gossip Girl I'm having a really fun time watching it, but there's no character where I'm like really relating to. Like I'm standing Blair obviously, but I'm not I can't see myself in her shoes at any point. But with these, the characters are so much more grounded and the storylines are relatable, even if you're not into football. Obviously it has a huge following even outside of football fans, so it's like the best. It's the best show out of them, but it's not the same. Like I think Gossip Girl still has a bigger place in my heart just because of all the ridiculousness. But Friday Night Lights is obviously right up there.
Great answer. We say this all the time too.
It's the most relatable, the most enjoyable. I feel like I connect to almost every single character on this show. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
every week I'm so emotional watching it, because I'm so happy or sad or confused or scared or whatever it is, because I love them all so much. Each character is so good.
Oh yeah, this show can make me cry like
definitely.
no other. Like Gossip Girl still finds a way to make me cry sometimes, but Friday Night Lights
it's like
is
every week here, where Gossip
Yeah.
Girl, it's like one every 4 seasons.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
One
Michelle
every
never
never.
cried on Gossip Girl, but I think I shed
Never.
a little tear. If you're Michelle.
Yeah, if you're Michelle, never.
Right, if you're Michelle. Yeah. All right, let's get into some questions. So Vic sent in a rapid fire, especially specifically for you, Matt. So
Oh my God, I'm honored.
here we go. Jason or Tim?
Tim, definitely.
Lila or Tyra?
Tyra, definitely.
Who is your favorite character on the show?
Tyra.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you guys love Tyra, because I feel like she is misunderstood sometimes. But when I first started watching, I was like, okay, I'm not huge into any of these characters so far, but I feel like Tyra could be. And then, man, as soon as she chased that guy away with a baseball bat when he was hitting her mom, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, Tyra is perfect. And then just watching her all throughout these first 3 seasons, just her struggle with trying to get into college. It's just, I love Tyra so much.
Yay! I love to hear that. Who do you
Yeah.
hate?
Okay, I obviously anyone who hurts Tyra, so obviously Cash or the person that she murders in season 2, they're obviously all the way on the bottom as minor characters. But as far as main characters go, I was just never really able to get into Jason Street. I know you guys love him, but
Okay.
he's just such like a sad sack, and he should be, because he's got a really tough break in life, but like it got to a point where he's just like whining about everything. And then, so I was not too sad to see him go off to New York.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one yet.
I have
Yes.
not either.
Sorry to any of the street heads out there.
Straight head. I like
Well, I feel like, I mean, if you listen to the podcast, I honestly feel like his story kind of just went,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh my God. Also relevant to this season. I hate the McCoys, both father and son.
Interesting.
See, like, Liz is we are waiting for her to arrive, because my brother-in-law hates
the McCoys.
Hates
Oh
the
my God.
McCoys. I hate Joe, and every week
Yes.
Liz is like, I don't know, I kind of get it. I don't mean to make you sound like that, Liz. That was
Well,
No, it's
I
a
do
great
sound-
impression.
I do sound like that, really.
I thought it was her talking.
I understand the Joe of it all, but the JD, I am still waiting for that to happen. What about Katie? Do we hate Katie?
No, I mean, I just lump her in with the rest of the McCoys. She's obviously not nearly as bad, but it's that whole family I could do without. But she's obviously, not terrible as compared to the gentleman of the McCoy family.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, can I have, I was going to ask you something, but you're not going to give it to me.
What were you gonna ask?
I was going to ask if we take them into season 4.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Okay. Ugh.
Not gonna
Because
tell you
like
that.
we're 3 episodes away from the finale. How bad can these people get? I mean, I guess they can get really bad.
How bad can they get? Where they're like most hated.
Right, exactly.
Which is your favorite season?
I really love seasons 4 and 5 as the as my favorite too. It goes back and forth. I think they both have their pros. Right now, I'd say season 4, but I could easily be flipped back to season 5.
Oh, I'm so excited because
I love
I've
it.
heard that 4 and 5 are really good.
Yeah, I think it's like the rare show that gets better as it goes.
That's great. I'm so happy for that.
Yeah,
I know. I'm excited for you to watch.
I'm so excited for 4 and 5.
You haven't even met some of my favorite characters.
Right, that's what I keep
know.
saying to her. I'm like, just wait.
I'm
it's
so excited.
It's really good. Okay, and last question from Vic: who from Gossip Girl who you can you see visiting Texas?
Oh my God. I mean, just okay. Blair just seems so out of place. Chuck seems out of place. I think Nate could bro down
I was just gonna say
with some of the
Nate.
guys on the football team. Nate comes from a little bit of a soccer background.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see him play soccer too often, but he allegedly knows how to play. So I think Nate could definitely throw the football around with the guys.
I agree.
Chase-
I think Chase is from Texas, isn't he?
And also, he
Oh, is he?
auditioned. I believe he auditioned for Friday Night
Oh,
Lights.
really?
And
And he
he's
did
friends with
audition.
Taylor Kitsch. So
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I was going to say Nate would make the most sense to me.
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah. All right. Lisa says, Lisa's back, by the way. We haven't
Hi,
heard from her.
Lisa.
I know. She says, I really hope Tyra and Landry don't get back together. I know you both are Team Tyra, but I am Team Landry. I love that he finally put her in her place, and it seems like he is finally getting past her, and now she realizes it, and it seems like she wants him back. It's tired and old, and I am done with them as a couple. So please let it end. So sound off. How do we feel about Tandri?
Go on. You can take it first.
I'm also Team Landry, okay? I'm Team Tyra by herself, Team Landry by himself. While I wanted this so much to happen, the trauma bond kept them together, and I don't think that it was a realistic expectation of what they both are looking for in partners. I mean, I know Landry, he's like head over heels for Tyra because she's a strong, beautiful, independent woman who is a hard ass, and he is just so opposite of that. So I get like the attraction there, but I don't think she's attracted to him anymore. I think she thinks she is just because he looks like he's a musician up there with his guitar, but I don't think she I don't know. I don't want it to happen, but if for some reason, I'm just going to throw it out there, they end up being like Endgame, I'll be totally good with it. Because I love them both, that I would love them together if they decided that it was all going to work. I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't feel the need to take sides here. I am Team Tyra always. That's my favorite character. But also Team Landry, he's a character that makes me laugh like one of the most out of any of the characters. So I love them both. The first time I watched, I remember I did not like when they seemed to be hinting that they would get together. I generally don't like the trope of like the loser guy getting with like the pretty girl because I just never find it to be realistic, or they just never seem like a good match. But with the trauma bonding, I guess it made sense for a while. But I think you're right that we've gotten to the point where like it's stopped making sense. And I like them together. They have great chemistry. I just think they work a lot better as friends. And if Landry wants to help her with her SATs, that's fine, as long as, you know, she's not taking too much advantage of him and there's like an equal, you know, payoff for each side of the relationship. But I think they work great as friends. I love seeing them have their chats together. I think when Tyra called Landry in last week's episode, that was really touching. I thought that was great that she wanted to call Landry out of anyone. So I'd love to see them continue talking and being friends. But I think that's where it ends for me too, as well, where they work a lot better as friends for me.
Yeah, agreed. Friends, they have a great friendship. If they could only like both move on respectfully and then just still keep their friendship, that would be like the ideal situation for me. But I don't think them getting back together, I don't know. I just see it going the same way it did the first time.
I think it's a lesson that a lot of teen dramas need to learn, like more so with any other than Friday Night Lights, but like guys and girls can just be friends with each other and not have to date. I feel anytime two people of opposite genders are like having a conversation with each other, they end up dating somehow.
Absolutely.
That's why I always love Lucas and Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Love, love, love. I love their friendship, and I love when we see just male-female friendship because it can be done.
I love that.
It can be done. And
it's possible. I swear to God, it's happened.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
It happens. Kate says, was this the first time that Coach Taylor has been thrown out of a game? What will be the fallout of the situation? It seemed like everyone was really happy with the assistant coach's performance, and I'm a little nervous because you have mentioned that big changes are coming. Is Eric going to have to find a new job?
Ooh.
So before we get your predictions with that, Liz, Matt, what did you think of this scene with Coach getting thrown out, which I totally read wrong because I don't know football, and I thought he left the game.
No, he definitely got thrown out.
Yeah, no, he got
the ref
thrown
at
out.
one point told him you're out of here or something like that.
Right.
That was my clue that he had gotten thrown out.
Yeah, right. What do you think of that whole scene, though?
I loved the scene. Maybe my favorite scene in the episode. I could watch Coach Taylor yell at referees all day. I think it was very funny. It was the hardest I laughed probably in the episode. But I think it seemed like the right move, like in the heat of the moment, because he told his team, like, don't worry, I'll handle the ref. Like, you guys don't do anything. So in order to, I guess, keep his team in check, he took the bullet. He took one for the team, yelled at the refs to like kind of pump his team up so that he would get out of the game and they could all, you know, still win the game. But then as soon as it happens, it's like, you kind of don't want to give the audience, the town, whoever these people are, the people watching the show, like a taste of what it might be like without you, like that maybe someone else can do your job. Like you don't ever want them to get used to you not being there. So it kind of worked in the short term, but We'll see if it works out in the long term, as the person who asked the question may be fearing. But yeah, I think a good and bad move on his part.
Yeah, what do you think, Liz? Do you think this means...
Well, now you guys are making me nervous a little bit. I think that's a real possibility that Wade could come in and snag Coach's job. Because the town, I don't know if the town, like, they respect Eric, but I don't think they, like, love him.
They're so ungrateful. You even saw, like, in the beginning of either this season or the last season, like, as soon as he loses a couple games, they're back to hating him.
Exactly.
This guy just won states for you. Like, give him some leeway.
Right. Like, they just, like, whatever. If you're not winning, they just completely
oh my God,
throw you out. So I think maybe the boosters, maybe they'll collectively be like, hey, Wade is actually getting the kids to the state, right? State's what's happening next. So maybe that will happen. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see it. Maybe Coach will get a job coaching in the college aspect again, and Wade will continue to take on for the Panthers. We'll see.
We shall see what happens there. Mike asks, how will Lila afford to go to college, or will this financial situation keep her from going?
No, she's going to college. She's going to college. She needs to get out. First of all, she needs to get out of that town. She would thrive somewhere else. And I said, like the rest of us in the world, she'll just take out a bunch of student loans and she'll be paying them back for the rest of her life. That's how the normal American family does it, don't they? I mean,
yeah, I guess so.
Unless she gets some sort of scholarship, I don't think she's going to get like a full ride scholarship.
Yeah.
Because she did say to him, like, you made me get really good grades so that I could go to college, so that I could use this money to go to a good school. So maybe her grades are good enough. But I don't know. They make it seem like she's in a deep hole now. So
yeah, I just want to say that I am so mad at Buddy for this episode.
Oh,
and I am somewhat of a Buddy defender, but this is kind of a low moment for Buddy for sure. I think he's a very funny character who very misguided, of course, and is kind of a dope, but a lot of times his heart's kind of in the right place. And until this episode, he did seem like a good dad to Lila, but this was just unforgivable what he does to just like risk his daughter's college. Like that's terrible. I'm so mad at him right now. He is I will not be defending him for at least a couple episodes.
Well, yeah. I'd say so. He's just, we all know how I feel about Buddy, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Have you guys ever read The Giving Tree?
I'm sure that I have. Yeah. I it seems like, I feel like when I was young, it just seems like a book that everyone has read.
Yeah. Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, agreed. I can't really recall any of the wording and lines in it, but I feel like I definitely read that book or a concept of that book back in the day.
Have you ever had a friend who kept taking from you, taking the friendship for granted, and you always had to bend over backwards for them?
Again, I'm sure that I have. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I feel that's just the type of person I am too, especially if I'm in the Landry situation where I just really like being friends with someone and they know they could take advantage of me. Like I'm just going to go along for the ride for a while at least. So
really?
I'm sure it's happened to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tends to happen a few times. It's probably my fault, but it's fine.
I've been there. I've definitely been there. I know I always feel like I've bent over backwards for people before. And that's just like, that could go on a whole other tangent of just how people operate and what you do for someone else. And then you hope you get the same almost respect and you don't. And Liz, any specific examples for you?
I don't have specifics. But yeah, I mean, at my stage in my life, I feel like the friends that I have, we equally bend over backwards for each other. So
yeah,
it's hard for me to recall a past time where that has happened because then I guess that friendship really didn't mean that much to me.
That's true.
Yeah. Good riddance. You've forgotten all about them by
Goodbye. Now. Or relationship, whatever it is.
Do you think JD will continue to see Madison?
Hell yeah.
I hope so.
She seems like she's like a little bit older.
She's feisty.
She is feisty. And so I was surprised when he was like breaking it off with her that she wasn't more feisty. She could have been like, excuse me.
She wasn't just like, no, actually, you're not breaking.
Yeah,
you're not breaking
she's
up with me.
very
That's not happening.
pushy, and he's obviously very passive at this moment in his life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely think this will continue, and Joe is not gonna be happy about it. Oh
Yeah.
well, screw you, Joe.
Yeah.
Let the kid live.
Honestly, let him talk to girls. I don't know. He's so annoying.
I know. It's infuriating.
It's like that, just like the worst kind of parenting, to be that overbearing and hovering that your kid doesn't have any social life. All the kids make fun of him because he has like nothing but football in his life. Like he doesn't even have, who's his friend? He never even like has a friend come over. Like there's no distractions because everything revolves around football. So it's gonna catch up to you, Joe.
I just don't, the football team's not going to lose because JD is happy for a few minutes.
Right?
I don't know. Even if it does, his happiness is more important than the football. I mean, I know that's a sin to say in Texas, but like, seriously, just let him have some fun. Like he's going to end up hating football, and then there goes his whole future career if he doesn't even like want to do it anymore.
Right, exactly. Like who's to say this is what he wants to do for the rest of his life? I would be getting the hell out of Dylan and getting away from those parents and doing like going with Matt to like art school or something.
That's the advice for everyone. Get out of Dylan.
Get out of Dylan is the advice. Unless you're Tim Riggins, because you're never getting out of Dylan.
Stay in, Dylan.
You're never getting out of Dylan. That's it. That's literally he will rot in Dylan.
You and Billy have to stay. Everyone else can go.
There'll be a statue built of Tim Riggins.
Exactly. He loves that place.
Statue. Exactly. Last but not least, how would you have handled the situation with Coach after he walked in on Matt and Julie?
I would have just ran away. I would have. If I was Matt, I would not be able to look him in the eye like he did. Like he couldn't. At that age, it's just way more detrimental to your well-being to have this happen to you.
Yeah, I would have just quit the football team.
Yeah, same.
I
wouldn't have shown up
right?
again.
I would have had no other option. No, I would not. I would do what Landry suggested and not look him in the eye ever. And just, I mean, completely how he handled it, just not do anything until Coach talked to him about it, and then just like be like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he did exactly what he could have. Like he's lucky enough that Coach decided to talk to him about it as opposed to like Matt having to go and seek him out to talk about it, because that's just way worse.
I feel like everyone involved handled this surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Like, I had forgotten how this plays out, but I could have easily seen just like Julie and her parents getting in screaming matches, but it ended up working out really well for everyone.
Yeah, agreed. It was the most mature version of this storyline that I've seen, at least
Absolutely.
while we've been podcasting.
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. Thank you. Matt, do you have any questions for us before we move on to our other segments?
Oh my God, questions for you? Man, I should
pressure.
have came prepared.
No
Not
pressure.
off the top of my head. But I'll let you know
no
if something
pressure.
comes
We
today.
talked about
Okay.
most of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all good. All right.
Okay.
Let's go into our segments. What was your favorite quote from the episode? Liz, what do you have?
He was at a business meeting at the landing strip, Tammy. But then I also liked, you always just pop up in the most random places.
Oh my God, I had that one as one of mine too. Landry's line delivery is so perfect.
So good.
He's like,
So
what the
good.
hell are you doing here?
Matt, did you have any other quotes?
Yeah, I have so many, but I think like I said, I think my favorite is when Coach is going off at the ref and he says, "You know what you are? You're a no-calling son of a bitch. That's what you are, Bill. You're a no-calling son of a bitch. Give me a flag. Give me a damn flag. Let me see it. I want to see it. I'd do anything to see it."
I love that whole part. He was so fired up. I've never seen him like that before.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so
So
good.
good.
I have, you drink milk, the young, wholesome milk drinking QB, Madison.
Ew.
What do you think about this scene, Matt, with her giving
Absolutely
him a
not.
glass of milk?
If anyone drinks milk straight out of straight milk,
Concerning.
I'm running the opposite way. Like, absolutely not.
Like, when's the last time you had a glass of milk?
Never. Never by itself. Ever, ever, ever.
Maybe when I was 6. I don't know.
Right?
But
unless
no,
I'm dipping
sure
cookies
not.
in it or it's in my cereal, I was never drinking milk.
Ugh.
Red flag.
Red flag.
That's actually why I hate JD McCoy so much. Is just because he drank that milk.
That's it.
With the milk mustache.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Ugh. Gross.
Coach's Corner. What was our favorite coaching moment in this episode? Matt?
I've got to go with Mrs. Coach when she and Julie are finally able to have that conversation. It's so perfect. Tammy handles it so well, and Julie is great too. Coming from a show where I talk about Gossip Girl, where all of the parents are pretty much terrible. It is so refreshing to have like good parents in a show where, I mean, I could talk about this scene forever, but I just think it was just handled. I'm sure you guys already talked about it in the recap, but it was just like, she didn't judge her at all. She stayed very calm. She just asked, even like when Julie got uncomfortable, she still made sure Julie like knew the advice that she needed to hear. And then she cries and she like explains why she's crying, and then they hug. Like it was perfect. This is the scene that really got me. I was crying all throughout the scene.
It was beautiful.
It really was. That was my favorite coaching moment.
It was mine as well, but it hadn't happened yet. So mine that I had chosen in my notes was Coach with Buddy at the diner.
Oh,
that was good too. Yeah.
When he was like,
I had that as a
your kids
one
come
too.
front. You're first. Your kids come first. Like this is all, the one thing you have in your life. And I'm like, that was really good, Coach.
Yeah, that was another thing. Buddy like just refusing to take accountability before like the very end of the episode when it was already too late.
Yeah.
And like when Coach first goes to talk to him, Buddy's like, "Don't worry about it. You got a game to focus on. Focus on the Panthers."
He's like in jail, and
jail.
he's still talking about the Panthers.
He's like, "You're not leaving here, by the way." Buddy, they're so I mean, I get it. Like that's the whole purpose of the show is football, but everyone is so obsessed. They can't see through it.
Seriously.
Even Buddy sitting in jail, he's like, Friday night's game.
Dedication.
What? Crazy.
Yeah. All right. MVP and shittiest. Matt, who was your MVP?
Okay. I unfortunately couldn't find a way to give this to my favorite character, Tyra, because she doesn't have the best episode, although she does come through at the end, getting Landry a gig. So I'm going to give it to my second favorite character, Tim Riggins. And I'm a little surprised because he really wasn't in the episode until like the last 10 minutes. But once he's there, he shines. He supports Lila. He's there for her, gives her a place to live, refuses to let Buddy inside to talk to her no matter how much he's like screaming. He gives the JD the pep talk he needs to get him to like finally disobey his dad and talk to a girl. And then he wins the game for the Panthers with the touchdown at the end. So like Tim has a very good 10 minutes.
He does.
Very good. He does have a good 10 minutes.
He has about even 10 minutes, if that. You know,
well said.
Yeah, exactly.
Well
but
said.
yeah, he did have a good 10 minutes in this episode. I highly enjoyed him, but I actually picked his better half, Lila.
That's who I chose as well.
The second week in a row,
I thought about Lila as well.
I think I also chose her last week because,
Mm-hmm.
which is surprising. I just really loved the way she spoke to her father. She's like, "You're actually not going to disrespect me. That you're not going to say the things about me that aren't true, and you're the reason why we're in this predicament, Dad. So, screw you." Give me some time.
Exactly. We did have votes for Tammy and Landry.
Also solid choices.
Yep, thought of them too. There were a lot of options for this episode.
There were. There
It was
usually
a really
are.
good episode.
It's
It was really good.
It's usually difficult to pick an MVP, and it's really hard to pick a shittiest. Who did you pick for your shittiest, Matt?
Well, yeah, I unfortunately have to give the shittiest to Buddy. Like I said, I'm a Buddy defender to a point, and like one of the funniest characters in my mind, but losing his daughter's college money because he made a bad investment is, like I said, unforgivable. And then doubling down, he's like taking it on Lila. He's blaming it on her mother and like anyone else besides himself. He like doesn't take accountability. I mean, his phone call at the end when he leaves her a message is very touching. Like he's telling that he loves her, that it's his fault, but it's just far too late at that point. And I don't blame Lila for not answering. So yeah, gotta definitely be Buddy for this one.
Well
Agreed.
said. Is that who you chose?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I chose him as well. We had votes for Joe and then the ref.
Yeah, I figured people might put the ref.
Didn't think of the ref, but that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, the ref was
I
just
don't, why is it just like so known that the ref is like going to miss calls for them and allow late hits? Like, what does this ref have against them? And like, why is it such an open secret?
Is this
and
thing?
they tried to get it overturned, but they weren't. They couldn't.
Well, that's the thing. Like, can you put in a bid for a different ref? Like, I have no idea how football works.
Oh,
how
yeah, I don't know how
sports
football works either.
I have no
I
idea.
mean, I guess it makes sense that you could probably do that.
I'm sure
you know,
can,
because they're biased. Like, that's the whole thing about refereeing is like you literally have to be like, that play either has, you know, this happening or this happening, and it's however they see it.
Yeah.
So it's really like up to their interpretation, and if obviously they don't like one side, that they're not going to give it to them. Unfair.
It is unfair.
Has to be a better way.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but
hopefully they don't have to deal with that ref at next week's game.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah. All right. So the emoji for this episode, Liz, what were you thinking to pair with the giving tree?
Well, can we do a tree? Is that like really random?
We could absolutely do a tree. Matt, I don't know if you had any thoughts. We usually pair an emoji.
I don't
to
know.
an
I don't even know
episode.
what the emoji. Like, I don't ever use emojis. Unfortunately, I don't even know what emojis exist out there.
Wow.
Really? Can I spam your box with just like emojis?
Yeah, sure. If you really want to. I rarely use emojis. There's like a couple that I'll use in rare circumstances.
What is like your favorite that you rarely use?
I'll do the hang loose sign sometimes.
That's my favorite.
I love that one too.
And then I'll do the heart eyes emoji sometimes, and then the eye roll emoji. Those are like the three that I'll use.
I mean, those are like
classic
three solid.
Right. Well, yeah,
choices.
because you can't you never really text someone like I'm rolling my eyes at you right now. You kind of just have to send them the emoji.
Right. What else
should
could
do
we
that.
do? Though,
Well, I had the idea of the boy and the girl with the heart between them for mules.
Okay.
For Matt and Julie, because they love each other.
Sure.
I feel like I'm not selling it right.
No, I mean, that sounds good to me.
Because Liz is like, let's do a tree instead.
I think she really liked the tree idea.
No, we don't. The tree doesn't make sense other than the title and the book.
All right, how about this? To let us know that you listened to this episode, send us a tree, send us a boy, girl heart, or send us a hang 10.
There it is.
There you go.
The best of all worlds.
Exactly. Dealer's choice. You can take that emoji, stick it in an Apple Podcast review. If you're listening over there, please rate us 5 stars and leave us a review. It would mean the world to us, but you could send it to us in a DM, Total Betty Podcast Network on Instagram. You could email us, talkintexasforever@gmail.com. You can send it on Discord or send it over on Patreon. We just want to know you got this far and that you're listening.
I have a question for Matt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, obviously, without giving too much away, who is your favorite relationship on this show? Have we met them yet?
That's so tough. Man, I don't know. I really gravitate more towards like the friendships in the show more so than relationships. I mean, Matt and Julie is a classic. I always have a soft spot for Julie, even though she seems like a pretty hated character. I don't like that.
Sorry.
But, yeah.
It's not, I don't hate her, but I understand like the fandom maybe doesn't like her that much. I can kind of get it.
I'm always defending the younger teenage girls on these shows, like your Jenny Humphrey or your Julie Taylor or your Rory Gilmore. Even I defend all of them. Good. I feel like people hate her too. Anyway, that's besides the point. But I mean, I guess I would say Matt and Julie. I mean, there's none really that stand out to me. Really, there's a really nice kind of friendship / relationship that I really like in the next season, but I won't spoil you on it.
Okay. I look forward to that.
I'm wondering which one that is.
Yeah, you guys should talk on the side about it.
I'm going to send Matt a book of emojis.
Emojis.
And then in the middle of it, be like, who is your favorite friendship? emoji.
Yeah, that'll be in the exclusive chat.
That's
right. There you go.
That's right. All right, Liz, who is our booster of the week?
Booster of the week. You're a total booster.
Our booster is Michael. Funny enough, he's in the chat.
Hey, Michael.
Right now.
It's rigged. It was rigged.
It was rigged. I chose Mike because he has been sending his emails, maybe some extra emails, if you know what I mean, during the last, God, like 8 weeks of We Are Liars, and he's been sending them for this podcast. So just wanted to shout him out, say thank you so much for your continued support. We love you. We love chatting with you. You truly are one of the OGs at this point, because the circle of patrons has, I feel like there's not many Treehole Talk people left, and then it was like the new class of like Let's Talk OC listeners, and then he came in with those people.
The new wave
of patrons, but I mean, there's not that many of those left either. So
yeah,
thank you so much, Mike. We love and appreciate you, and we look forward to speaking with you every single day, because that's what the chat goes, every single day.
Hey, if you want to be a part of that fun Betty Discord chat, that's a Patreon exclusive.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Link in bio. Okay, Liz, I'm going to give you a look into next game's playbook.
You haven't said that in so long.
Well, I could do whatever I want. I'm bringing it back. Okay. Season 3, episode 11, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall.
Oh.
And the quote, I have 7 kinds of tea. It's going to be magical, Tyra.
Tyra? I thought that was going to be Lorraine. Tyra. She's got 7 types of tea? It's going to be magical? Are they high? What? What? I would just never picture Tyra ever saying that coming out of her mouth.
Well,
maybe she's like getting all up in her head about this Landry attraction thing, or what she thinks is the attraction thing. And she thinks like he's going to come over and she's going to make him like, she's going to get all nervous. And so she's going to like suggest like 7 different types of tea while they study. I don't know. Are we going to get the SATs next week? Or do we ever see them do the SATs? Did we do that already?
We'll get some scores. We'll see how we do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what do you think is going to happen with Coach and this whole thrown out of the game situation?
I mean, I didn't think anything of it until you guys were talking about it.
How could you not? I mean,
it was one game. It's like he's still the coach.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Like, I don't know if is it the league that technically is suspending him? They suspended. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Suspended him for just the one game for the rest of the game. So, like, doesn't he just get to go back and do the fun stuff again? Like, what is he suspended again? I think people will be happy with Wayne, and maybe that will get in his head a little bit. And maybe they will favor him over Coach, and Coach will kind of have to like regain his momentum and his like self-worth, I guess, in a way, back with the team and take them to state, because I guess they're going to state. I mean, it makes sense. It's it's our kids' last state, so I'm assuming they go, and I'm assuming they win, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think Lila's going to go home?
Maybe not. Wow. The speech now is just not happening.
Powering down.
Maybe not.
It's tough sometimes.
Next episode, but maybe the episode after. Maybe her and Buddy will like rekindle by the finale.
Okay.
Not that like it matters all that much to me, because I really don't care what happens to Buddy, but I care what happens to Lila. I'm actually really rooting for her these past few episodes, so I'm hopeful that she has a nice path onto whatever's next for her. Matt, do you know if Julie is a junior or a senior right now?
Isn't she a junior?
I do.
You do know?
Yeah, Julie is a junior right now. She's still in high school next season.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
She's young. She's younger.
Yeah,
right.
that would make sense to me. That makes sense. Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying, because
of
Michelle,
course, yes.
I said to Michelle,
that's something that I was just gonna say, that's something I obsess over, and it's really annoying because in these teens dramas, like the continuity, especially with like the OC, it's all over the place. But like I am always trying to like figure out exactly. That's why I loved to go on another tangent. There's an era in Degrassi where all the seniors have one color shirt, all the juniors have another color shirt. And like, I loved that era because I could easily tell how old everyone is. It's something that I'm always concerned about. Who's graduating? Who's going to be here next season?
Well, I mean, we harp on those things too. So like each week, this show, I think out of all the shows we podcasted about, this one has been the worst to figure out.
Oh, it's so bad.
What age these people are. So that way I can like kind of gauge what's going to happen next, but it's been impossible for me to, because I never know how old these people are going to be. Like they all of a sudden threw in that Jason Street is 2 years older than Tim.
Right, which just makes sense because they're like best friends.
Is Landry a senior now or is he a junior?
He's also a junior.
Right, okay, because him and Julie were the same age.
Yeah.
Right.
Him and Julie will still be in high school. But yeah, it's like, I think in like the first season, they like flat out said Jason Street's a senior, Smash is a junior, Matt Saracen is a sophomore. So they're like, okay, those are the only things we have to follow. Everyone else will just decide when we need to.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. And that's exactly what's happened. And it's very frustrating to watch. When you dissect a show like what we're doing, it's like a very important and vital information for you to be able to like predict what's going to happen and know how old they are.
I completely relate. Yeah.
I know.
So.
And especially when they change it, when we think we're going on course and then it totally doesn't follow that course.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, we do have Will's football poetry corner. Oh. Liz is like, oh, right. We do that every week. Right. Ejection. When a player or coach is ejected from a game, they must leave the field until the game is finished. Coach Taylor is ejected from the game after being dejected when he found his darling Juliet in bed with her Romeo. Buddy is ejected from the landing strip when a business deal goes south and later gets ejected from the Riggins residence. Finally, a new redhead Madison is initially dejected after JD's daddy-o bullies him into putting her on the proverbial back burner, while until JD asks her to roll up in her silver Prius after the game so he can, apologize. Eye emoji, eye emoji, eye emoji. Very good.
Oh my God. Beautiful as always.
The fact that you still didn't realize that Coach got ejected after Will's poem too is just funny to me. He literally is like, the word is ejection. And Michelle's like, I thought he just walked off the field.
Interesting word to use, but all right, I guess. Don't know how that relates to this episode.
And I read it and I was like, wow, this is so good. And the use of ejected and then dejected and JD and Juliet. And I'm like, okay, I'm following. Yep.
It was beautiful. He's
going to hit up an open mic night with these someday.
Right.
A Friday Night Lights themed open mic night. Yes, they're always so good.
Thank you so much, Will. Hey, Matt, thanks so much for joining. Will you come back, please?
Oh my God, I'd be so honored. Like I said, my favorite seasons are still yet to come. Yeah. So if you ever want that, you don't even need to ask me 3 more times. You can just ask me once and I will be there. I have so much fun here. I love the show. I love you guys. I love all your podcasts. It's a dream
Thanks so
come
much.
true.
Hey,
that was so sweet. Thank you.
Plug Lonely Boys and anything else you're doing. Where can people follow you and send you emojis and listen?
Oh my God, yes. Follow me on Twitter at MaddieFresh24. It's the only social media I use, so follow me there. I'm very active. I think you'll like what you see. I'll be tweeting about watching One Tree Hill right now, so I'm doing some great One Tree Hill tweets as I watch. And then, of course, subscribe and download the Lonely Boys podcast, where me and my good friend are going through every episode of Gossip Girl, 1 week at a time, 1 episode at a time. I, of course, know the show very well, as this is like my 5th time watching, and he knows the show not at all, as this is his first time watching. And we have a lot of fun recapping the insanity that happens on the Upper East Side over there.
Awesome. Love it.
So much insanity.
All of Matt's links will be in our show notes. So if you would rather click away, then just go there and we'll have them linked.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Matt. This was so much fun. Can't wait to discuss season 4 and 5 because I'll just have you back for all those too.
Oh my God, great.
All right,
cool. For sure.
I can't wait.
Thank you for listening. Please come back next week. We'll be back with episode 11, A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall.
Thank you so much for listening to Talking Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. You can email us at talkingtexasforever@gmail.com. If you're interested in seeing what we do with this show and all of our others, head over to Instagram at Total Betty Podcast Network.
This has been a Total Betty podcast, Produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio. Music by Anthony Vicora.